Hi, I'm Tara from Wild Bird Farm. Join me today as we talk about dahlias. I will tell you my hesitation for getting started with them and also my current favorite varieties. So join me. I garden here in Zone 5 in central Iowa. And since dahlias are not hardy in my area, I dig them up each fall. And that was the biggest hesitation as I was thinking about getting started with dahlias. The first year I had my flower farm, I did not grow dahlias. And then seeing so much beauty and all of the varieties, I got sucked in. Knowing that it would take quite a bit of work, I started small. This was my third growing season with dahlias, and I've increased my stock each year, finding my favorite varieties and those that are prolific, those that my customers like, and focusing on those. We're getting to the end of our season here, so I'll do another video when I dig and store my dahlias, but I wanted to just quickly mention that dahlias are grown from tubers, and there are 3 parts to a tuber. You can see each part here, the eye, the neck, and the body, and you need all 3 in order for that tuber to produce a sprout, which will produce blooms. I start dahlias in several ways. Sometimes I start the tuber early indoors under lights. Sometimes I take cuttings from tubers and grow them from there, and sometimes I put those tubers right in the ground when our ground is warm enough, generally in mid to late May here in Zone 5. With the pre-started or sprouted tubers, I see blooms starting in July. For those that I start in the ground, maybe in late May, it's more likely August that I'm starting to see those blooms. We do have a lot of pest pressure, so you'll see here that I cover the majority of my blooms with organza bags to keep off those summer pests that love to eat the petals. I generally have about 3 months worth of blooms. So picking plants that are prolific, that are putting out a lot of blooms for me is very important since I have a shorter growing season. The first frost means the end of the dahlias. They will quickly turn to black mush, so it's very important that I have them labeled before this happens. I like to use these tree tags to do that, usually in early September. As long as your dahlias have 100 to 120 days approximately to grow, they should produce tubers for you. So before your ground freezes, you'll want to dig them up, and you can store them as clumps or divide them and store them as singular tubers. This is a great way to increase your stock, and you can also sell those tubers or share with friends. As I mentioned, I'll do another video about digging and storing and even separating the dahlia tubers, but for now, I'm going to put up the names of some of my favorites on the screen, and hopefully this gives you some inspiration and ideas of what you might like to buy for next season. Thanks for joining me today. Please subscribe and hit that bell button so you'll be notified of new content. I'll be putting a lot more out this fall. Until next time, take care.